Hello everybody, I'm your old friend Bruce. Today I'm gonna talk about Hong Kong. This is a new topic that might put me into danger because this is a political issue. So let's review the history. Britain began to its colonial over Hong Kong in the First Opium War, and the Qing dynasty government was defeated by a treaty signed with the Britain government in August 1842. And in 1982 to 1984, Chinese government and UK government negotiated on the implementation of Hong Kong's future. So finally, on the July 1st, 1997, Hong Kong returned back to China. Now recently, almost everybody's talking about the Hong Kong issue, Hong Kong question. It's a shameful thing for one country to snatch away another country's territory. And when that return back to its right owner, just like a child returning to his or her mother's embrace. So why the people in Hong Kong scared of the Chinese government? Why the HongKongnese and the people who live in Hong Kong are afraid of Chinese government and not willing to return back to China? So let's get things back on the track. So just a few months ago, Hong Kong government tried to announce an announcement named Fugitive Offenders and Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters 2019. So this announcement aims to the surrenders who made criminals in between Hong Kong and China, and expel them from Hong Kong to mainland China and send them to the prison. So the HongKongnese are afraid of Chinese government, not HongKongnese, but also the people who live in mainland China are afraid of Chinese government. As we all know, Chinese government is one party. Not like America, they have two parties. They treat civilians equally. So China is not an open country. China is not an open country, and Chinese government, the governors, is not open to any speech in the public. That's the reason why they announce so many initiatives and policies that to ban the civilians, to ban the freedom of civilians. So for example, the Great Firewall in China cut off the connection between China and the outside world. So there are so many things happened badly in China. So the Chinese government, the role, so always do some things that badly, the underground, they cannot expose to the public. So here I'm not going to talk about the crimes the Chinese officials made. Actually there are so many people in China were accused of crimes they didn't commit. Just Chinese government, Chinese officials put them. So you did something wrong. You did something wrong. There's no freedom. There's no speech in mainland China. Okay. So the Chinese government and the Chinese government-owned states, 央企，我们这里叫央企, control the scarce resources in China. And the parade happening in Hong Kong remains for few months. Some people even attack policemen on the street by throwing bricks and fire battles. I think this is the wrong way to protect their rights. You can parade without noticement to government. You can parade. You can do whatever you like. Just in China, I can go shopping. I can eat barbecue at night, right? Without notice anybody else. So over the past 100 years, not only HongKongnese, not people who immigrated, who from mainland China immigrated to Hong Kong, but also the spiders. You know, the Hong Kong is a critical harbor for intelligence agent, not the CIA, FBI, whatever. You know, it's critical harbor for anybody. Even some Chinese officials transfer their underground money into Hong Kong. Currently, the Hong Kong runs by one country, two systems. You know, over the past 100 years, Hong Kong was ruled by UK government. It's kind of like an isolated island. Nobody can get into inside to know something. So this is something special, you know, an isolated area, an island. So the people from mainland China cannot easily to travel and work in Hong Kong because due to the immigration policies. And 150 years ago, in 1842, and Hong Kong was robbed by UK government due to the historical reason. I think this is a biggest fault the Qing Dynasty government made. We can do nothing about it, like Taiwan issue. But so actually, from my perspective, I don't support Hong Kong. I also don't support mainland China because this is a historical issue, so complex and sophisticated. We can do nothing about it, right? So the HongKongnese and people who live in Hong Kong have their own right to parade, to do something they like. So talking about the high technology enterprises like BAT, Alibaba, Baidu, Taobao, in 1990, they received the fund from the outside of China. In the 90s, nobody, you know, the investors who from mainland China showed no interest to Jack Ma, to some entrepreneur who wanted to set up their companies in 1990s. But finally, Jack Ma received the $20 million from the SoftBank, right? 1990s investors and Chinese government underestimate the entrepreneurs, underestimate the people who want to build internet road in 1990. But Jack Ma made it. So regardless of Jack Ma's background and blah, 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 I only talk about Jack Ma's entrepreneurship. This is something we admire, right? So talking about my personal experience, let me give you a quick review, brief introduction. I was born in a small village of Henan province. And I'm a man with no education background. I graduated from elementary. I haven't finished the junior high study. I taught myself computer science and information technology, English literature, ancient Chinese civilization. I'm smart than people who at the same age with me.